This episode is brought to you by Accenture. When your advertising operations fall out of sync, everything else follows. Spotify and Accenture are working together to reinvent the rhythm of ad sales, using automation, analytics, and smarter workflows to simplify campaign delivery and access better data across the business. The result? Less time spent on operations, more time connecting brands with the moments and fandoms that matter most. Learn more at accenture.com/Spotify.
The new LinkedIn Hiring Pro can't undo your last hire, the no-show. Who set you back because they didn't show up on day one, or day two, or ever again. And now your product launch is delayed because you're talking to alien abduction podcasters to track them down. But LinkedIn Hiring Pro can help make sure your next hire sticks. In fact, businesses who use LinkedIn are 24% less likely to reopen a role in the next 12 months. Hire right the first time with LinkedIn Hiring Pro. Post a free job today at linkedin.com/quality.
Episode 322, AI for Planning Affordable Date Nights in 2026. Good day. I'm your host, Robin, and today I want to talk about date nights, and specifically about the gap between the desire to invest meaningfully in a relationship through shared experience and the financial and logistical pressure that makes doing so consistently difficult. Most couples at some point land on a routine that does not feel very much like a date, the same takeaway on a Friday evening. The same television program, the same comfortable but unremarkable pattern of being together without particularly choosing to be together in a specific way. This is not a failure of love or effort. It is a failure of planning, and more specifically a failure of the creative energy that generating genuinely good date ideas requires, particularly when you are tired at the end of a working week and the familiar is so much easier than the deliberate. In 2026, AI has become a useful creative partner for solving exactly this problem. And today, I want to talk about how. Imagine you and your partner are trying to plan something for next Saturday evening. You want it to feel like a real occasion, not extravagant, but chosen and intentional rather than defaulted into. You both have a rough sense of what you enjoy, a budget that is real and finite, and the specific constraint that the standard restaurant and film combination feels too predictable to feel like a genuine effort. But coming up with something better requires either a lot of creative energy or a lot of prior knowledge of interesting options in your area, and you have neither in abundance at the moment. This is exactly the kind of planning problem that AI handles very well, because it involves synthesizing your specific preferences, your location, your budget, and your desire for something that feels particular and chosen rather than generic. AI assistants and AI-powered experience discovery tools have become very good at the date night brief when given specific, honest information to work with. Describing your situation to an AI assistant, where you live, what kinds of experiences you both enjoy, what your budget is, whether you want something active or relaxed, whether you want to go out or stay in, whether you have specific constraints like children's bedtimes or dietary requirements, produces a set of suggestions that are genuinely specific to your situation rather than the generic go to a nice restaurant or try a cooking class that a quick search tends to return. The AI can identify specific venues, specific events happening on specific dates, specific combinations of activities that flow well together and that fit within your stated budget, and specific options that might not have occurred to you because they are outside your usual frame of reference. Affordable alternatives to expensive restaurant dinners are an area where AI creative suggestions consistently surprise people who have assumed that meaningful date nights require significant expenditure. There are genuinely wonderful date experiences that cost very little. A late evening walk to a specific viewpoint in your area with a flask of something warm, picnic food bought from a good deli eaten somewhere with a specific character, a visit to an exhibition or gallery that is free or low cost, a cooking project at home where you make something neither of you has tried before and treat the making as the event rather than a means to an end, an evening game or creative project that requires engagement and generates conversation. AI can generate these alternatives specifically and thoughtfully, not as a list of obvious suggestions, but as a curated set of ideas that fit your particular context. Experience discovery platforms like Airbnb Experiences, ClassPass, and Fever have developed AI recommendation features that surface local events and hosted experiences based on your interests and location, in a way that basic geographic search cannot. These platforms aggregate things that might otherwise require significant local knowledge to find: a private tasting at a small wine producer near you, a ceramics evening for beginners, an outdoor cinema screening, a guided night walk through a part of your city's history. The AI matching capability means you see the experiences that fit your profile rather than a generic listing of everything available in your area, which makes the discovery process significantly more efficient and more likely to surface something that genuinely appeals to both of you. For couples who want to invest in the quality of time they spend at home together as well as time they spend going out, AI has also become useful in a different way. Tools like Gottman card decks, apps designed around relationship conversation and connection, and AI-generated activity ideas for couples at home provide a different kind of support, not the logistics of going somewhere, but the content of being together in a way that feels chosen and engaged rather than habitual. An AI that can generate conversation prompts specifically designed for a couple who have been together for a specific number of years, or activity ideas that are calibrated to shared interests you describe, or creative challenges that are genuinely fun rather than forced, is providing something that most couples could genuinely benefit from. Budget management for a date evening is an area where AI helps remove the financial awkwardness that sometimes hangs over the planning of shared experiences. Knowing in advance, with reasonable accuracy, what a specific evening is going to cost, including transport, any entry fees, food and drinks, and anything else relevant, allows you to choose something within your real budget comfortably rather than discovering the cost only when you are committed to the evening. AI tools that integrate pricing information for specific venues and experiences can generate a realistic cost estimate for any given plan before you commit to it, which supports the kind of confident, relaxed enjoyment that comes from knowing you are within your means rather than anxiously monitoring spending throughout the evening. I want to say something honest about what date nights are actually for, which I think gets lost in the planning conversation sometimes. The point of a date night is not the activity or the venue. It is the quality of attention you give each other during that time. The most elaborately planned evening can feel hollow if both people are distracted or tired or going through the motions. A simple evening with genuine presence and genuine conversation is more nourishing than an expensive one where the occasion is performed but not actually experienced. AI can help you create the conditions, the interesting setting, the specific activity, the removal of familiar routine that make genuine attention more likely. But the attention itself is yours to bring, and it is the most important ingredient in any of this. Next time, we'll talk about how AI can help you shop more smartly during the holiday season, because the combination of urgency, sentiment, and marketing pressure that characterizes Christmas and similar holidays is specifically designed to produce spending decisions that are not always in your best interest, and AI can help you navigate it more deliberately. Have a wonderful day.